What's going on, fight fans? Riel Casimero against Rigondeaux. Let's talk about it. Well, last night, Riel Casimero defended his title against Guillermo Rigondeaux at the bantamweight division. Casimero wins by split decision. Let me get right to my pros and my cons. Let me start with Rigondeaux. The pros would be at 40 years old, the man is still very quick and agile. His feet are still quick. His upper body is still quick. He still rolls punches. The man still does not get hit. The cons for Rigondeaux in this fight would be no action from the right hand. He did not throw enough jabs. I think the only real good right hook I saw him land was in the 10th round. Just not enough action with his right hand and really not enough action with his left hand. But at least I guess he was landing some straight left hands. We'll give him that much. As for Riel Casimero, the pros would be he did seem to be game for this fight. He did seem to have somewhat of a game plan. He did do his best, I would say, in some instances to try to get the fight going, but that leads me to the cons. This man act like he did not know who he was fighting. He act like he never saw film of Guillermo Rigondeaux, and he didn't know what to expect. He was missing a lot of shots. He was getting frustrated, and I do count those as cons because you know what you're getting with Rigondeaux. Listen, fighters and fans need to stop acting like you're going to get something different in the ring with him just because in one fight you saw him in an action-packed fight. The reason why you saw him in an action-packed fight is because that fighter was bringing it to him. I don't really feel bad for fighters who say they're frustrated because Rigondeaux is moving and he's not standing there fighting. Listen, man, I say this over and over and over. The name of the game is boxing, and the name of the game is not slugfest, and let's see who's the toughest. Let's talk about the fight. If you all didn't know, and I know you all know because anyone listening to this is a smart boxing fan, you knew what this fight was going to be. You knew it wasn't going to be highly entertaining. You knew it was going to be a lot of moving around the ring, literally using every inch of the ring. You knew it was going to be a lot of punches slipped and a lot of patiently waiting on counter punches and not a lot of action. Listen, if you're going to fight a guy like Rigondeaux, a defensive guy like that, you have to bring the fight to him. I have referenced this fight before. Chris Bird v. Ike Ibeabuchi. Ike Ibeabuchi knew that Chris Bird was going to be moving and slipping, and let's get something straight. Chris Bird was much more of an action fighter than Guillermo Rigondeaux. But Ibeabuchi knew that Chris Bird was going to be moving around a lot. So instead of him standing in the ring, holding his hands up, playing to the fans like, come on, man, let's fight, what did Ike Ibeabuchi do? He ran Chris Bird down, and every time he got him in the corner against the ropes, he let his punches go. That's what Casimero should have did in this fight. When he did get those instances where he got Rigondeaux in the corner against the ropes, he should have threw 3 punches. One to the body, one to the head, another one to the body, or one to the body, quick left, right to the head. Even if he didn't really make the punches effective, at least the fight would have been a little more effective. So Casimero, to me, is a great fighter, and I don't feel sorry for a guy who didn't have a game plan to fight a guy like Rigondeaux. As far as the decision goes, it was a split decision. To be honest, I thought Rigondeaux was going to win this fight. At the end, when I saw those punch stat numbers that Showtime put up and that neither guy landed double digits in any round and that Rigondeaux connected on more punches than Casimero, I thought that Rigondeaux was going to eke it out. I'm talking like 114, 113 across the board. But I don't have an issue with how the fight ended. That's all I pretty much have to say about the fight. Let's talk about what goes on from here. Rigondeaux says he'll move on. I'm sure he will. As far as Riel Casimero, he said that he had a 3-fight plan. He wanted Rigondeaux. He got him. This is over. He wants Donaire, and then he wants Inoue. The fight between him and Donaire, which I hope happens later this year, will be an interesting fight. But Nonito showed that the fight in the youth is still there. He looked really good in his last fight. So right now, I'm not going to make a call on who will win that fight. But I'll tell you what I will say. Casimero, Donaire, it does not matter who wins that fight. Next year, when they fight the monster, Naoya Inoue, they're going to lose. Whichever one of them fight him, they're going to lose, and they're probably going to get knocked out or at least get stopped. Anyway, fight fans, that's all I have for this fight. Let me know what you think. Did you enjoy the fight? I'm sure you didn't, but did you enjoy the fight? Is there something that Casimero that you think he could have did better to make the fight a little more entertaining and maybe make the decision a little more wider? And what do you want to see from here? What are you expecting in a Donaire fight? And if he beats Donaire, what are you expecting against Inoue? If you haven't already, like and subscribe, hit the notification bell so every time it rings, we can talk boxing. Other than that, that's all I got, fight fans. Holla at y'all later.